ChatGPT and Google Gemini just released a bunch of brand new updates that change everything. Now on Gemini, you can actually choose to have watermarks turned off, which is pretty crazy. In addition to that, ChatGPT got a bunch of brand new upgrades that make it way better for automating things because it has way better memory now and can literally see and track everything you're doing on your computer. By the end of this video, you're going to know what all these changes are, how to turn them on, how to implement them, and how to automate things with Gemini and ChatGPT. Change number one that I wanted to show you is now you could actually request to remove watermarks on music, videos, and images from directly inside of Google Gemini. For example, we could say something like create photo of a sloth, and now this will go through and this will actually create the image. And what I'm going to show you is right now I did not touch that feature, so it's not going to remove the watermark. This is going to come with a watermark, and I want to show you exactly what that looks like so that you understand exactly what this is doing right here. We can see that this actually created this image of this sloth right here. Actually looks incredible. If I come over here and I download this right here by clicking on download in full size, we could see that there's actually going to be a small watermark in the right hand side right here. In fact, it looks like it's not on here, but I asked Gemini and it says the watermark is located in the bottom right hand corner of the generated image, and it appears as a small semi-transparent white logo. We can't see it because of the actual color of this right here, but if we come over here and we click on this setting right here, we're going to now see media watermark right here, and we can actually turn this off. So now a watermark will not be included when we create an image, when we create a video, or when we create music. And even if a human can't detect it, guess what can detect it? AI detectors. And that's why if you've been using Gemini for things like social media content or something like that, you might be seeing a decrease in reach because there's that invisible watermark on there that you haven't been removing, and then as a result, you're not getting the reach that you want. But that was just change number one. Change number two is now if we come over to Gemini Spark right here, this can actually browse the internet for us, which is pretty awesome. For example, I could say something like, I want to buy a Ferrari SF90. Can you find me one for less than 400K? And then what this is actually going to do is go through and do this. We could see this is going to think through this. It's now actually doing a Google search. And if it needed to, it could actually open up my browser and browse on my browser through the Chrome extension, which is pretty incredible. So this actually goes through right here, and we could see the current market overviews, and I could find exactly where they are. So Ferrari approval pre-owned is going to be around 440. That's 100% accurate. If we come over here, we could see on Car Gurus, there are some listed for 390. Cars.com has some in the low 400s. And this literally goes through, and we could actually click into all these, and we could see exactly what they are seeing right here. If we come over here, we do lowest price, we could see that there should be some that are less than 400 unless they've sold recently. Okay, so these first few right here are all going to be actually ads right here, but we could see 416 is the lowest run right here. But if we come back over here, we could come over here and click on Ferrari pre-approved, and we could see that these are going to be a lot more expensive right here because obviously Ferrari is trying to actually control the price on these. So this is incredibly useful for doing research. It makes things more accurate. And honestly, this just goes through and is able to give us a much better experience here from inside of Spark, where it's going to be able to use the Chrome extension in order to actually get things done. For example, I have an automation running right here, which is a Gmail sponsor email automation, where this actually goes through and does the work for all my different sponsor requests that I get. Now, the next change that I want to show you is if we come back over here to chat, we click on the model selector, we can now see that we have 3.7 flash. In addition to that, if we come into Spark right here, this is what is actually going to be controlling Spark, which is pretty awesome. Now, the reason that I would strongly suggest that you are using that model above anything else is because it is way better at agentic tasks. Let me explain. So if we actually come over here and read the release notes for Gemini 3.7 Flash, we could see that this is way better at production code quality. In fact, the one thing I want to call out here is how much better it is than Claude Sonnet 5 in a lot of different areas. Long Horizon software engineering, this is actually the only thing that it gets beat by something by with GPT 5.6 Terra. But if we come over here, enterprise workflow automation, I want you to think about this. Gemini 3.7 Flash is at 30%. Gemini 3.6 was at 17. Claude Sonnet 5 is at 10. GPT 5.6 teras at 23. So it is essentially 1 to 2x better, in some cases 3x better than all the other models that this can be compared to. And essentially what this means is it's way better from going with a set of instructions to figuring out task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4, and completing it incredibly quickly. In fact, if we come back over here and we remember how quickly this actually did this right here, this did this faster than I would have been able to go to Car Gurus, Cars.com, Classic Cars, JD, Bring a Trailer, DuPont, and Ferrari in order to figure out the price here. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is that if we come over here into my Launchpad, we open up ChatGPT now on a desktop. They got a brand new upgrade that literally changes everything about ChatGPT. So now, once this actually loads right here, we're going to come into the settings. We could turn this on so that whenever this app right here is on my computer, it's actually taking notes of everything that I'm doing. So we come over here, we click on settings, and we come into here and click right here. We're going to see computer history. What this is going to allow us to do is actually record. We could click on try again right here, and now this is going through and this is resuming, but we could see what this is actually doing is watching everything that I'm doing. For example, ChatGPT desktop recording workflow. You spent this window recording, preparing content about ChatGPT desktop, settings and histories, features, visible activity centered on this. This is actually all the information from the video that I recorded just a few days ago. And if we actually come over here and we click on reveal in Finder right here, this is going to actually show us the MD files from this exact thing right here. We could go through it and see everything that ChatGPT actually took note of. Now, if you don't want this to actually be recording what you were doing, we could come over here into permissions and you could exclude certain apps. You could exclude certain websites. In addition to that, you could simply just come over here. You could click on pause. It will then be paused. You could click on resume. So whenever you're doing something sensitive, you're doing something you don't want ChatGPT to know about, no big deal. In addition to that, the next change that I wanted to show you here is now if you were using ChatGPT right here under work, you could automate pretty much anything that you could think of so long as you have the right plugins, you have the right MCP, and you have the right prompt. And there's actually an AI tool that will figure this out for you. It's called LLMHelper.ai, and it allows you to get 10 times more out of ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. If we come over here, come into my dashboard right here, what we're going to see is absolutely insane, because now what you're able to do with this tool is come over here into their automations builder, and this allows you to choose which platform you're using. For example, ChatGPT. We could come over here, we could give it what my role is. For example, YouTuber. Tasks I want automated. We could do script writing, finding content ideas, figuring out new sponsors, replying to sponsor emails. And basically, we're just going to go through, tell it everything that we want automated, give it the tools that we use. I'm going to do vidIQ, Google Drive, and Gmail. And then what this is going to do, we click on build our automations. This goes through and this actually finds all the different connectors we should use, all the different MCP servers we should use, the exact prompts that we should use, and even how to fix those prompts if they don't work the first time. Check this out. So this tells me exactly what the recommended setup is. It goes through and actually gives me all of these different automations. It gives me the exact prompt where I could actually go through and adjust anything that I want here. In addition to that, if we actually come over here, we could see everything that this actually allows us to input, all the different things that we're going to have to do here, gives us instructions on how to actually build this out. And this is absolutely incredible. We're simply just going to copy this prompt. We're going to put in the things where we need to insert things right here, and then boom, this will be able to automate things. And if we had trouble with it, we could actually come over here and paste this repair prompt right here, where this actually goes through and will walk ChatGPT through how to repair it if it's broken, it breaks, or something went wrong. And the best part about LLMHelper is that if you go to the pinned comment below, you could try it today for free. This tool is an absolute no-brainer. It's going to show you exactly what kind of things you can automate. It's going to give you the exact prompts to do that, and it makes ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini so much more powerful. So go to that pinned comment below, get started with it today. It's personally allowed me to save over 10 hours a week from tedious tasks that I used to do because now they're automated. Now, the next update I wanted to show you here is going to be the ChatGPT Chrome extension. So now we can see that we can actually open up ChatGPT right here, and this is going to sync with ChatGPT on my computer and ChatGPT on my phone. Let's say that we are on this article right here. What we could actually do is come over here and say something like, can you write me a script in my usual format for a 45 to 60 second short on the topic of my screen. We're going to come over here. We're going to click on this plus. we could scroll down right here and we could see that we could grab this right here. And then this is actually going to go through this. This is going to use the skill and the memory that it has of how I actually write my scripts. And it is going to write me a script for this right here. So I'm using your YouTube script voice skill to match your established short form structure. Then I'm going to ground the script in the article that is currently open on your screen. It's then going through, it is doing that. And what this is going to be able to do is basically allow us to use ChatGPT anywhere that we want, because now we can literally just come over here and do this on anything. In addition to that, we can see this literally wrote perfect script right here. If we wanted to actually have multiple things, we could have multiple things open. We could have it actually grab files from my computer. What we could do here is absolutely incredible. In addition to that, they also have plan mode, goal, and record a skill. If you record a skill, this is going to record your screen. It's going to record your voice. It's going to record what you do, decipher that into a skill that this can then automate. On plan mode right here, you tell it what you want to do, and it will actually build a plan around it that they can then implement. In addition to that, with goal, you could set a goal and it will keep pursuing that goal, which is pretty crazy. I wouldn't be too ambitious like this. Like, don't tell it to build you a business doing $10,000 a month, because it's going to eat all your credits, and it probably won't be able to do that because obviously AI can't do that. Now, the other thing that I did want to show you, which I find pretty incredible, is that from inside of the app now, what we could do here is pretty cool. There's a few approvals here. So we have ask for approval, approve for me, full access. If you give it full access, ChatGPT has unrestricted access to the internet and any file on your computer. I would do approve for me, so it only asks for actions that are detected as potentially unsafe, but it's not taking any of its capabilities away. If you do ask for approval, you might as well just be doing the work yourself, because you're constantly going to have to be approving things. In addition to that, right here, we could see that we could choose where chat could run. We could have it run on our computer, which is going to allow it to read and edit local files, of course, with our permission, or in the cloud. It won't be able to access local files, but it'll be able to run 24/7. We'll be able to control it from our computer, from our desktop, or from any other device that we are logged into ChatGPT, and that is pretty cool. In addition to that, under settings right here, if we come under voice, we're going to see we now have a bunch of brand new voice settings. You can actually create a voice chat hotkey, which will allow you to start your voice chat from anywhere on the desktop. So ChatGPT is basically always listening. You could give it screen context, so you could let Codex inspect the foreground app when you refer to what's on your screen. In addition to that, with dictation, you could hold to dictate, you could toggle dictation as a hotkey, and you could actually create a journal where words or phrases that should be recognized will be recognized, and you could actually see your last 20 recordings on this device. In addition to that, if we come over here and actually click on computer use, if you turn all these on, this will let ChatGPT control any app on your computer, basically control your computer. You could do the same exact thing with a browser right here, where you could let ChatGPT control its built-in browser. You can manage your history, you can manage your passwords, you can manage your location, you can manage all of that from directly inside of here. If you want to get the most out of ChatGPT, I would strongly suggest that you're using these different things, you're turning these different settings on, because it really does make a difference. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is that now from inside of ChatGPT, if you come into ChatGPT work, you could do at Google Drive, and we can actually get this to edit or create anything inside of a Google Drive, be it a sheet, be it a doc, and we could see right here that we now don't actually have to leave ChatGPT, don't have to change tabs. We have our doc right here on the right-hand side, while also having ChatGPT pulled up. So the two things are open simultaneously, and this is just a way better experience if you're doing anything inside of Sheets, inside of Google Drive, inside of Google Docs. And this personally has made my life way easier, because now I can script things, it can reference my email, all of that, all from just one place without me having multiple tabs open, which is how I operated in the past. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn about a brand new way for you to be able to build voice agents that can answer the phone for you, that can call people for you, and so much more, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that walks you through exactly how that works, because I just released it and it's crazy.